Right there in front of us is one of the European larches, which I mentioned earlier. A larch, like a bald cypress, loses its needles in the fall. So if you don't know, you'd think it was a dead tree. This has many cones on it up there. They may be difficult to see with a camera. It's interesting bark. There's one of the maples seen earlier. Quite a wild looking tree there. Well, I'll have to stop here and pick it up again. Right there in the distance, I've zoomed the camera out, is another European larch and an eastern hemlock. Eastern hemlocks, of course, are out of place in the Pine Barrens. They're native to northern New Jersey and other northern areas. Hopefully this is showing up. The hemlock is the green one. The larch, of course, has lost all its needles for the year, for the winter. Alright, now in front of us is the bald cypress tree that's here. I'll pan upwards. That's it right there. To my knowledge, it's the only one here. And directly down the embankment here is the cedar swamp. There's a good sized holly right there. Let's get a little closer to the cypress. There's some baby hemlocks right here. Let's get a close-up of the tiny needles. Whoa. A little too close right there. Quite small. I don't see any cones on this tree. They would also be quite small. There's some more. Let me get a little closer to the tree. Alright, I'm closer to the hemlock tree. While I'm here, I'll show you these two oak trees. Quite beautiful. With some pitch pines behind them, and there's their cedar swamp I've been talking about. These oaks have some interesting growths. I have a feeling though that that's where branches broke off and they just healed. The tree healed itself. There is our hemlock. Hopefully it's healthy. It appears to be, but I'm not sure. It's quite large. It goes back to the Weymouth furnace days. The only hemlock I've seen in South Jersey. Get a good look at the trunk here. Good sized tree. There's a dog barking. There are a couple of houses, as I mentioned, directly across the river, which is to our right. There's a quick view looking to the top of one of the European larches. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cones on it. With a hemlock behind it right there. Here we have a very small cellar hole foundation. For what, I don't know. Here's another impressive oak tree. Here's the cellar hole to a house. I don't know if it's one of the two mansions or not, but there was definitely a house. You can see trees grew up right next to it. There's a vine. How about that vine there, huh? All twisted around itself, growing up this tree. Buttonwood tree. I seem to remember another cellar hole right here somewhere. There's a lot of tree stumps in here like this. Moss covered, of course. Moss and lichen, as I've said in previous videos, moss and lichen grow wherever they can in the Pine Barrens. Now here is the site of a house. These are the foundation walls, but this one had no cellar, no basement. Actually, I'm standing in the middle of it. Yeah, there we go. And this, I don't know if it shows up on camera, is one of those ditches they dig when they do controlled burns. Goes around that way.